What's up guys, this is Brent with 247parts.com, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to change your deck belt on this John Deere X320. So before we get started here, if this video happens to help you out or you like this video, we just ask you to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as that helps me out as well. Now this video is meant to help you take off and replace your deck belt on multiple different mowers, but we are using the X320 here as an example, so there are going to be some extra steps here that you may not have on your tractor itself. But first thing we're going to do, since we have these pivoting anti-scalping wheels, is we're going to raise the mower all the way up and go ahead and pivot those to make it easier to take this mower out from underneath. So to do that, we're going to push in, raise up there on our lock, and we're going to pull these out and pivot them, find the hole to lock them into place, and we're going to do this on all four corners. Now, the next thing that we do is we're going to go ahead and lower this mower deck down, but before we do that, we need to adjust our height of cut, which on this mower is right here in the middle, and we're going to go all the way down here, one click past the one, and then we're going to push down on our pedal, push in on our unlock lever, and then let this mower all the way down. Now the next thing that we have to do is lock this pedal in this position. So there's a little sticker right here that says before changing attachments, lock pedal here, cut height set at 1 inch. So normally, you know, we would push forward on these pedals, but here we're actually going to push back, get it into that spot, and then lock that into that spot. What that's doing is locking our lowering arms underneath the mower here into the position where we can take them loose to be able to take this deck out from underneath the mower. So now we're looking underneath the left-hand side of the deck, and there are a couple of things that we need to do here first before we can completely take the deck out to change the belt. First thing is we're gonna have this lever right here, which is putting tension on our main drive pulley back there. So we're going to relieve this, go ahead and let that pull all the way out. Now what that's doing is that's relieving the tension on this top belt, which is our primary belt that goes from the engine, which I'll go ahead and take that loose, and from our back pulley. Now this belt you may not have to change, you may not have any issues with this belt, but since we're taking it off, we're gonna go ahead and change this belt, but this is your primary drive from the engine to the deck. So we're gonna take that loose, and then next, what we're going to be doing is taking loose our actual arms here. Now these are our lift arms, so whenever we pulled that pedal back, it let these arms lower down and be loose to where we can move them. So now we're going to pull this pin, turn it just a little bit to keep it out of the way, and then raise this arm up and out of the way, just like that. And then we'll move to the other side and do the exact same thing over there. Now, once we have those arms loose, we need to get them up and out of the way so they are not catching on anything when we're pulling this deck out. So we're gonna push back, forward, or backward rather, on our lift pedal here, release our lock, and then slowly let this pedal slide all the way forward. And then what that did was raise those lift arms up and out of the way. Now our last part here is going to be getting our front linkage off of the front of the deck right here. So what we're going to do first is we're going to turn our wheel all the way to the right, just to give us some more room to pull this deck forward. So once we've got that forward, I'm going to pull forward on the deck here, get this arm up and out of the way, and then push back just a little bit here. And then now we should be able to roll the deck out from underneath the mower. All right, so now that we've got the deck all the way off, as you saw, we've released the tension from the top pulley here, but we still have a lot of belt tension here on our actual drive belt. So what we're going to do is, for one, just to give us a little more slack, is we're going to disconnect. There's a cotter pin that goes into this black rod here that's connected to our tensioner. So we're gonna pull that one off first. Just like that. There will be a cotter pin and a washer, so you want to make sure not lose those. And then we're going to disconnect this rod here and go ahead and swing it out. And as you saw there, it's got a little bit of spring tension to it. So we're gonna take that off and swing this out and around, get it out of our way. So now this here is going to be our tension idler. And as you can see, if I push on it here, I can push forward and get our tension. So what we wanna do here, first of all, is remember, or even maybe take a picture of what your belt routing looks like here so you remember how this belt needs to go on. And then we're simply gonna push forward on this idler. Get some tension in off of that belt. And then once we do that, we can get our belt taken off. Just like so. All right, so the fun part here, going back on with the new belt. So we're gonna start here by taking the back side, going through our main drive pulley here, and then next I'm going to loop this around and go under our tension idler right there, okay? And I'm gonna pull out as much of this slack as I can, and what that's going to do is send our drive belt over to our outside pulley. Now the trick is getting this wound around our other pulleys here. So we'll start with the easiest, going here to our first V-belt, and then winding this around into our flat belt. And then lastly is just getting the tension pulled off enough here, going to the side, that we can get this into our outside pulley. So like we said, this is on a bunch of spring tension here. Get this pulled over as much as we can. Try to find yourself a place where you can get some grip here to push forward on your pulley. Far enough to get it worked in. And then once you've got that, make sure everything is snug here. Looks like it is. Lastly, we're gonna take this tensioning rod that we had taken loose, and we're gonna get it put back into position, just like so. Make sure to take that washer and that cotter pin and go back on the bottom side. Now, while you're here, go ahead and give everything a turn. Make sure everything is seated in place into the pulleys like it should be. This would also be a good time right here to go ahead and clean off the top of your deck if you need to, fix anything. Go ahead and grease your spindles if needed. And then also, if you're changing that primary belt, you can go ahead and set that on top so it's ready to go once you slide the deck back underneath. And then to go back on, we're just gonna do everything we did in the beginning in the exact opposite order, or in the reverse order here. So first thing is just to get the deck slid back underneath, turn our wheels back straight, then just get everything lined back up. Make sure we get our drive belt back up and in the back of the deck and the front of the engine. Then we can go ahead and put our tension rod here back into place. Now all that's left is lowering our lifting arms back down into place where they need to be, hook them up, and you're ready to go. So guys, I hope this video helped you out, and if it did, we just ask you to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because that helps me out as well. And also, if you feel like I left anything out, or you have any other questions, make sure to leave those down in the comments section below so I can be sure to get back with you. And while you're down there, make sure to scroll up just a little bit, check out that link to 247parts.com, where you can go to get all of your parts for your John Deere mowers, tractors, gators, compact construction equipment, tools, whatever those things may be. Make sure to check that out. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Hey guys, make sure to go buy your parts right here and subscribe right here.